But I actually just tried making this video earlier, but there's this weird sound coming from the microphone, so I'm using this other one right now. It does make a huge difference. The main thing I want to showcase is just the demo a little bit. I was testing it. It is pretty laggy right now, actually. I did some performance things, but I haven't updated this week, along with some other fixes. There wasn't any feedback right now, maybe because the game is too laggy, but in terms of what's in the game right now, there's quite a bit. Like, all these achievements are in it. The languages are all in it. The only thing that's not like really working, like, I already tested that this portion, like, you can actually connect it. I don't think it really works for most things. But I have like tested a little bit of this. The difficulties in the future, basically, when I add more enemies, the idea is basically, so in the games I'm inspired by, so I know in the Ninja Gaiden ones, they take the more difficult enemies and put them at the start. So the idea of the hard difficulty is you'll have enemies. Right now, how it works is the levels 1 and 2, there'll be shared enemies there. So the level 2 have new enemies, but they'll have some of the level 1 enemies. When you get to level 3 and 4, the enemies will be same thing, shared there, but there won't be any enemies from level 1 and 2. It's not until, it's kind of like how in my other game. So in my other game, though no one played it, but if you played or watched the video on the full thing, basically the difference is all enemies are different in every single level. And then when you get to the 7th one, then all enemies are like together. So that's kind of the same idea of this game. Once you get to the 7th level, then all the enemies from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will all be in the 7th level. I thought for these two, so there's the post here I post on Reddit. I didn't really get anything. I was expecting anything. I don't normally get anything. I made a couple posts in the past. The most I got actually was I did a one for my first game. I got a couple of something. Other than that, I really haven't got anything from Reddit. On the YouTube, pretty impressed actually. This YouTube short, I think, got more views than like any of the other things I've ever made before on any of the other games. I might make more of these short videos, though I'm not really sure what to make, so I might make one like every 2 weeks or something. But we'll see. I don't want the volume that loud, so I just kind of have it on quiet volume right now. I'll just go through the stuff that's in the game, or the showcase, basically. Yeah, the reason I didn't want to write a story is just because I'd have to think of like adding all those things in. I didn't really want to have to do that this time. Plus, no one's really seen no one's played the second game anyway, so they probably don't know any of the lore or the story of the second game. So they wouldn't know it anyways. So the first thing I'm talking about is the tutorial prompts right here. They have like little videos at the bottom right, but they kind of don't work very well. That's fine. And I guess the other thing is, so the prompts are contextual, so we have the thing here. You can change them using a controller. I'm pretty sure I tested this. I don't know if it works in this build. I know you can also set the label, so we use a PlayStation one. It doesn't have, I never use any of the actual symbols, but so you have the things. I'm not sure if it applied here though. Yeah, it does. So as you can see, you also have the PlayStation ones. So you probably wouldn't use those, but yeah, you also can set the language. I added all of them that are on the thing. You can set to whatever you want, really. And just kind of, it updates on the fly there. The fonts do change though. So if you notice some of the menu fonts are different now. They use like this standard font. It's pretty well the same thing though. And this is the first item. The game needs more tweaking maybe on the items, but so you kind of just shot the projectiles at the bubble and then kind of blocked it. Yeah, the main thing is like the focusing. I'm not really sure if people will get the focusing idea. But at least allows you to stay in the air. And then for the other stuff you can do any of the emotes here. I have the Club Penguin one. I also have your basic ones too. I guess the other thing is also this behind the camera. Like, see when the camera moves, there's like this thing that sits on top of the player, and it kind of like goes behind whatever you're looking at. It might be useful. I'm not really sure how many people actually use this camera though, because when you're in an actual fight, you might not be looking what's behind you. But the idea of that camera is because you'll be sliding past enemies, and then you'll probably want to go like behind them, look around and hit them. You probably want to know what's behind you. There's also this dash. So you can do the trick version of the dash, then you do a blink sort of dash. You also can do the regular dash on the ground. So that's the ground dash. And then there's also just the no trick dash where you do like this longer dash but you use more stamina. And you can also do combos. If you do a dash, you can do like stuff like that. It works pretty well, like you can do 2 of them. So if you do like a blink dash, you can do a jump into another one. Maybe more useful once the lag's gone. Like when you play the first level, there'll be a lot of lag. And then the hub area here. There's more stuff I could add later, but they're pretty well just set decorations. Let me change that back. Actually, the translation wasn't there for the talking one. I know I have some line which is set for that, but I have to fix that later. In terms of stuff, there's kind of like this focusing thing. I don't really know. Like once the game's less laggy, it'll probably be more useful. Right now, you kind of just throw them, and then you're playing on easy. I also added that because you have to aim at enemies. If you play on easy or any of the other difficulties, like easy or super easy, it will like auto aim. And there's also this occlusion problem where it keeps flickering. I already fixed that on the builds, but I haven't actually shipped that fix. There's this fish here too you can get. There's the collectibles. Yeah, I'm not sure. I might change the way to aim on the normal mode. It's a little bit tough to aim because you have to aim while in the air. I mean, it's pretty good in the water here. Because in the water, you basically, if you throw, you auto reload inside the water. Because you can't actually slide around. It's basically. I didn't talk about that actually. So basically, how it works for the reloading is you can do a normal reload like that, or you can use the key to reload. Or you can also just slide. So whenever you slide, you earn some amount of ammo. And it also happens for the grind rails too. So those are pretty useful. The stamina is also different. You recover more stamina on the ground. If you're in the air or on the grind rail, you don't recover stamina as fast. Yeah, it's kind of hard to aim when the occlusion thing's a problem right now in this build. Just because of the occlusion things are too big or something. Forget. I fixed it already. I just didn't update it, this version. Let's see those guys. But it has the ultimate attack. It sometimes doesn't spin, but basically the character kind of spins in like a somersault way. But you also can turn off the follow camera too. For sliding. Basically how it works is when you slide, the camera auto rotates. You can change the turning it off. Let me just kill this guy actually first. Yeah, make this faster too. So you open the door. Oh, oops, I fell through. It doesn't really matter because once you beat the arena though, you auto complete it. I don't know why I fell through, it's just the zone thing. So this part here is where you get the other item. And then you can switch between them. Also have to make, so there are throwables in the game. And then the knight looking guy, he does drop one. But like, it's not super obvious. You have to make more of those or something. Yeah, it's kind of a problem because you can't really hit anything, you can't see it, but I'll have that fixed on the build later this week or whatever. Yeah, the dismember, and I know about that after I kill these guys. There's oh, I might die actually. Just go over here. I didn't talk much about the rings, but it's pretty obvious how it works. You just get rings, and then you can. One less obvious one is when you do tricks. Depending on what you do, you can also get like a ring, too. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell I'm hitting. Anyways, so there's one guy down there still. This is the charge shot. Basically does the frozen thing. It does a little bit more damage as well, so. Oh, this memory's not working on this guy, but I mean, it kind of does. So basically how this man works is you can, it dismembers the part you hit, and then if you hit him, if you still hit a part, and you can like hit his other stuff off. It doesn't always work though. It kind of just depends what you hit. If there's any parts left, because they're basically already pre-made. And there's, I guess, there's that problem with the weight. For some reason, he's heavier. This main part, it should be like this, where you can kind of just like slap them around. Yeah, the blood's pretty good too. I did rework that a couple times. So yeah, the blood's pretty good now. When I first made it, it wasn't so good though. I think there's something wrong with the stamp or the mana. I keep regaining full mana. That's fine. After I had to fix that too. I'll just show a couple more things and then that'll be it. Cause yeah, I don't know what it's not. It is a zone thing. Might have to. Should be able to get to the next zone. We'll see though. I'm gonna skip past these guys. It's just kind of tough to hit them when you can't really see them. there's a section down here. Basically, that works if you played the other game. Whenever you go into one of the levels, like an optional NPC, you just basically unlock an achievement. This one's just kind of a little area here. The enemy can also enter it, so kind of cramped here. I'll have to end the showcase around here or something. There's actually too much stuff to fix. Anyway, at least I know what to fix. There was no feedback, but that's just because I think there's no one really playing. Once I have more people playing, then there'll probably be some feedback. It's kind of hard to hit these guys when I can't see. Anyways, then I'll end it here. Actually, I can showcase this other part here. So you can go, there's like a shortcut added here. I had two shortcuts here, but this is one of them. You can take this shortcut, or you can take the other one. The other shortcut is you go up here, you go on that thing here, and you can jump on one of those rails. There's like another section over here. You don't get the fish. And this is like a variation of that knight from before. Basically runs faster, and then he kind of runs like that instead. So yeah, he's like a little faster. I think that'll be it for the showcase right now. We definitely check with the demo maybe once I fix some things.